Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Ambient Detective Mode showcase. I've updated the script. Some of the things I did was when selecting an investigation in Start Investigation inside your Detective Bureau menu, is before when you would select one of these three, it would be the dispatch telling you that one of the three is happening. Now I changed it to the lieutenant of the detective unit telling you. Makes it a little bit more realistic when you're playing as a detective. I also modified the spawn logic to, I guess, make it a bit further than usual when you spawn them. And then the other things I added, I have to show you when I'm on a scene. So we're currently heading out to an accident investigation. Well, I guess I could have started the investigation so you can see the lieutenant giving the banner, but when you play you'll see the banner from the lieutenant, so that's fine. Alright, let's see here. And you see now it's a bit further away, whereas before maybe 200, 250 meters. Now it's anywhere from 250 meters to 1,000 meters away. Just to give it that little bit more of a realism, so it's not always 250 meters away. Oh, well, this would be a perfect time to call animal control, especially if you're playing LSPDFR Enhanced Remastered, because that's one of the objectives, shift objectives for the day. Call them 5 times. Alright, so we made it to the scene. The other thing I want to show you, right now the traffic's not as bad. I wish it was downtown, but I'll just show you. Sometimes there's a lot of cars that show up and traffic becomes congested. You just hit F1 and then I usually use, as you can see on the screen,
traffic near Galileo
traffic control stop, which is Traffic Police or 2025. So I'll use F1 to erase any cars that are in my vicinity and to redirect them, and I'll also use Traffic Policer to just stop just in case, because not everybody redirects. And that way your investigation looks like this, where if you want to call in a coroner, EMS, another police unit, you know, you kind of have space for them to show up instead of all these cars that are backed up. In the city it works wonderful because sometimes you show up to an investigation and there's a car parked over your victim. That's quite annoying. So you would just get out, press the F1 key, and then use, just to be sure, use Traffic Police or 2025 to stop the traffic. Okay, so that was the other addition. I changed the traffic control logic to erase all vehicles, and then also use Traffic Policer just to make sure your scene remains like this, nice and peace and quiet. Looks like the roads are closed. The other thing I added was the ability to send a notification to the family member instead of spawning them. So you know, you could go in here and you go to persons of interest and go down to spawn family member, and then you could show up, role play it out that you're telling about a deceased loved one. Now instead, when you pull up your phone, top left, it says press right D-pad while in contacts to notify next of kin. You don't have to actually be in contacts, you just need to be in the phone, which I can change that. It's ambiguous. But I'll go ahead and press my button to search this. Looks like a guy. We'll find out here in a second. I get their name, Michael Dell. So we'll put him on the case board. I have a couple of cases because these were practice runs. Anyways, Michael Dell. M-I-C-H-A-E-L. And when that opens up, it doesn't bother me. I just hit C to close it again, then backspace, then enter. But now we have Michael Dell. Before I do forensics, the thing that I added was notifying the family. So I didn't realize that cop must have been hit till I arrived. His car must have been hit a couple times. Anyway, sorry about that. There's a couple ways to roleplay that out. You know, you get a hold of dispatch. You know, usually I open my phone and I act like I roleplay it out that I'm either texting them or I could be on speaker letting them know I need a number for this guy's family so I can notify them. I prefer that way. So now, you know, they send me a number. I press right on D-pad. Bottom left above the map, iFruit notification send. And they send back a notification. And next of kin said an accident. They just left. Why can't we see them now? So, because I basically let them know that they'll be at the morgue and they can come view the body tomorrow and identify the body. So, yeah. The other thing I added was, I think a lot of you guys will like this. When we do forensics, we'll process the scene now. But after we process the scene, it will give you a log of what you found. And I'll collect both a skid mark and a glass fragment. Feel like we're missing... Oh, it's on the other side of the cop car. There it is. Glass fragment. Oh, there we go. Okay, so as you can see, we now have our evidence summary log. We need a tire tread analysis. For the glass fragments, we need refractive indexes, and for the skid mark, we need tire tread analysis, right? So both skid marks, tire tread analysis. But that way, as you can see, it's more realistic. Now you know what you need to do with the evidence. The other thing I like to do, send me code 2 backup, please. There's like a code 2 on here.
Copy. I'll get them to the scene on Mount Han Drive.
And so they'll show up. I'll let them view the body so they can see, kind of learn. It's a
Echo
learning
3,
curve
can I
for
get
them.
you to head over?
One day they may
Copy,
be a detective,
about
right?
1 minute.
So these guys will show up.
Copy, Echo 3, you are now attached. Thank you.
And before I call the CSI unit, we have everything we need. Based on these skid marks right here from the tires, it seems this person walked out. So what we have to find out here is whose fault it is. You know, I mean, either way, they left the scene, so that automatically, that's already a felony, arrestable offense. They hit somebody, didn't report it, and fled. So, but it will be, what we charge them with is what's going to make the difference. Alright, so, hand these people the evidence.
Thank you.
So we gave them the evidence. They're going to take it back, have it processed. As per the evidence summary, this officer will handle the scene, and we'll go ahead and call requesting CSI to my current location.
Copy, I'll route you a unit.
Now what I like to
on
do...
Mount Han Drive.
You see how clear the traffic is now? So now I can have EMS, coroner, other officers, I can have them roll in without having 1,000 cars in my way. So they're here. Before I let them take the body, the last thing I'm going to do is figure out from our... okay, so Landstalker, metallic black, purple. Okay, so we know they're going to be over here somewhere. Okay, let's make sure we can find them. Alright. So, now that they're here... Oh, I'm taking this... Sorry, officer, man, I totally took his car. Hey, you can have your car back. He's going to process the scene. The reason I don't make it where if you hit the end key he drives off, which you don't want to do with this anyways if you use the DMV, because you'll cancel the BOLO search. But I leave him anyways because he processes the scene. That means he gets
Copy
the roads
that.
open,
Traffic control
picks up
has
all
been
of their left behind fragments or whatever I may have missed. Okay, so now we're going to go over here and if I'm not mistaken, we are looking for... Oh man, okay. It was... Well, the good thing is, what I added to this too is, when we locate the suspect's vehicle, and I don't remember what it is now, I think it was metallic green, which is going to be a lot harder to see in the nighttime. It definitely makes it more realistic. Oh, what do we have here? No, purple, that's right. This must be our guy. I wonder... Suspect vehicle identified. This is them right there. Okay, the guy that just passed us is an anomaly that happens every time I come in, every session. But we found our person, so we're gonna get out and approach them.
Hold up!
Okay. So this is definitely our person. We're gonna go ahead and arrest them.
Under arrest.
Sometimes they flee, sometimes they fight. There's still traffic there.
Received. Expect a unit to arrive shortly
So,
to help with that traffic.
You know, then you would go ahead and process the
Vinewood
scene.
Hills.
Alright, we're gonna stop traffic.
Copy. I'll route you a unit.
I can't click F1
On
at
Lake
this point because I
Vinewood.
get rid of the suspect's vehicle. Unfortunately, I should, eventually I will update that where I can hit it, and if I mark somebody's car, which I didn't mark it for a traffic stop, which I should have did, but anyway, process the scene. We're gonna have this guy taken away. Normally I would check his
Copy,
car,
I'll
but this
route
is
you
just a
a unit.
showcase.
On Lake Vinewood.
And we're not even gonna tow the car, we're just gonna let the game engine despawn it. Okay, so now we can go ahead and close the scene, or clear the scene. We found our guy, so what we're gonna do is show you the other thing I added.
Copy. All units are free to list the road restrictions. Traffic can flow freely now.
Alright, so I've showed you the traffic control logic where it erases all cars now. I've showed you, or told you about the dispatch being changed to the lieutenant giving the brief. I showed you the log for your evidence. Showed you how to send notifications to your family. Told you I modified the spawn logic to our investigations so that they'll spawn a bit further than usual. The last thing I got to show you, now that we caught our guy, we can go into our case board and close the case out. So open, we're going to change that to closed. And we're going to open our phone again. And it only works if the phone is open, and we're going to hit page up. And we're going to let the lieutenant know that we're sending our final case report to Lieutenant Robinson. And he said, copy that, I'll sign off the closure paperwork, get some rest, or get back on patrol. And so far, that's all the updates I have. I will be adding more later on. I hope you enjoy the game. Or the mod, I should say.